guys, welcome to this edition of One on One with Priscilla. I am your host, Priscilla Rams. On today's edition, we have a celebrity in the house. We'll be going a little bit intimate with him. He'll be disclosing with us his sexual preference, because I know a lot of people have had issues with I've had mixed reactions about his sexual preference. We'll be talking to him about that, and he will be sharing some intimate, private things about himself on today's edition. Our guest on today's episode on One with Priscilla is a Nigerian television host known for his eccentric fashion style and personality. Denrele Edun was born on 13th June 1983 in Hamburg, Germany, to a Yoruba father and an Indian Mauritius mother. Denrele began his TV career as an actor at age 11 when he acted the role of a producer on Kiddie Vision 101 on NTA. Denrele started modeling after graduation from the University of Lagos and got a job with Sound City as a TV presenter, and later moved on to become Channel O's VJ. In his line of duty, Denrele was opportune to interview a lot of celebrities international top-notch, which includes Beyonce Knowles, Tyler Perry, Lil Kim, Snoop Dogg, and many more. The over-the-top hyperactive model and media personality has won more than 16 awards and over 30 nominations to his credit. We finally brought you to the show.
Hey! It's a lie. What she says is a lie. Guess what, guys? I have been here since morning. Priscilla, don't start this. I've been here since morning. I waited outside the gate because they won't come bounce me. They bounced me. Before I entered, I had to talk to Priscilla's PA, manager, glam squad, stylist. Finally, they've let me into the studio. Hallelujah! Priscilla, go come out your wig. Okay, I won't. How are you, my darling?
Thank you
my
for coming
apologies.
on the show.
So the 13th commandment, we have how many commandments in the Bible? 10 to 12, but the 13th one is that you must forgive the really. So I'm forgiving me.
Before you ask.
Okay, thank you. I'm like Boyeri, you're done with sparkles. On sparkles.
So tell us.
Yes, my darling.
What's new about you?
Ha! That's a very, that's like $1 million question rolled into one. What's new about me? Well, I think one of the newest things about me, which is in my soul searching journey to self-discovery, is the fact that I've started to I own my truth. I've been vulnerable a lot of times. I've expressed my vulnerability because, as I always say, to share your weakness is to show you're vulnerable. And or rather, let me put it this way: to share your weakness is to make yourself vulnerable. To make yourself vulnerable is to show your strength. Vulnerability is like, it feels like truth, it sounds like courage. Truth and courage are not usually comfortable, but they are not weaknesses. So I've gotten to a point in my life where it's been a long journey for me to get here, to find inner happiness, to be, to have peace of mind, and also to own my truth and own myself. So yes, I think that's one of the newest things about me. And then of course, I clocked 40 a few months back.
Yeah, we're coming.
Shame of 40, I've been more 24.
You look like 20.
Amen to that. So I think I've gone through so much in life, so much. But again, in my journey to finding myself, I've not been very lucky with love. I deserve all the love I give to others. For as hard as my own life has been, it's not hardened my heart. It's made me more amazing.
Okay, tell us what inspired your brand.
Okay, so I think for me, you see, growing up, because I grew up in a family house, and we were faced with so much hardship. There was a time I shared a story on my Instagram post about my 18th and 20th birthday when we're cleaning the house and my cousins came and, they gathered, they were beating me up, and my female cousins at that, and then they were fighting my mom. And a lot of people, you see the response I got, I wasn't expecting a pity party. But then a lot of people came, they were insulting me, how can you be a man and your cousins will be beating you? But they failed to think on why I did not defend myself, because I can't defend myself. But the truth is, living in a family house, my dad was out of a job, my mom was teaching, we had nowhere to go. So if I'd fought back, automatically things would have been thrown out. Where will we go from there? Everyone wants to believe that, okay, you should be able to seize the bull by the horns, but at times, you have to just, be subdued and succumb and be tolerant of some things. But then I just made a promise to myself that I would never find myself in this kind of situation again. I would stand up for myself. I would make sure that I get my family out of this situation. And so I have not only changed the narrative, I've rewritten my family history, I've broken the chains of poverty, I worked really hard, and that's one of the things that inspired me to say, get out of this. Because you see, I was born in Hamburg, Germany, and my parents met in Germany.
And a lot of people don't know you're of caste.
I'm a sophomore. My papa na Yoruba man, Ogun State, and then my mom is mixed. My mom is Indian, and her mom is from Mauritius. And then my parents went to Germany. So I've had like a taste of, different cultures. And then we come to Nigeria. My dad is doing so good. We move into a mad duplex. He opens a bakery in the area. And then all of a sudden it's a reversal of fortunes. He loses everything. And we move out of that duplex into an uncompleted building that had no doors or windows. And we couldn't even afford 3 square meals. We couldn't even eat one safe. I remember always jumping the fence to the next compound, to the farm. There was a farm there. And I will uproot the cassava, and then we'll cut cassava, and then we'll boil cassava for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We didn't even have a stove, so we had to be using this coal pot where you have to fan, the coal cooking pot. You fan before you need to catch fire, and you need to heat up what you want. But of course, there was no luxury of hot water or anything of that sort. And my mom was pregnant at that time with my younger sister, so there was just so much going on. There was so much. For someone like my mom, now a foreigner who is used to luxury, who comes to Nigeria, her husband is doing well, and then he just kind of loses everything. Another woman will just pack her children and go to her country. And then now at that was the time I was entering secondary school. My mom could not even afford to pay for my common entrance.
Wow.
Yes, because she was teaching in a school, and I remembered when she got to the school, she was angry. And my mom, when she's angry, she doesn't hide it. She would do transfer of aggression. So all the other teachers were reporting her to the proprietress of the school that we don't know what's wrong with Anita. She's angry, And then the proprietress came, Mrs. Awopetu, amazing woman. And then she was like, Anita, what's wrong? So I can't pay for his comment. The woman said, don't worry, I got it sorted. So she did. But getting into secondary school, they couldn't afford it, so I had to go and stay with an uncle, which of course that's another story from that day because they used me as houseboy. But yes. But you see, going through all of that and looking at the well-rounded personality and strong-willed figure that I am today, there's a backstory. I'm a story waiting to be told. It didn't just happen. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, but I've worked very hard to create one. It wasn't about me just sitting there and say, so this is what my family is going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to steal. I'm going to beg. I'm going to, wait until a miracle happens. No. So I made sure that I worked very hard to get my family out of,
poverty.
Yes, because for somebody who had tasted life, the good life, and then you get to this point, you get frustrated. You get I was
That's
young,
true.
but I wouldn't like to think that I was depressed. The only thing for me that I had to face, and that's one of the things that inspired me, was the fact that I felt like I was constantly judged. Because, going to church, I didn't have church clothes. I used to wear my school uniform, so the other children look at me, this one. They even used to call me poor Indian boy. In school, well, school was a different place entirely, but in my area, the area I grew up in, people didn't want to sit next to me. I remember
Like
I used to have friends.
Complex.
Not necessarily. It was more about being judged. If I had a complex, my sister, I would not even be sitting and talking to you this way, because I fought it. And I'm grateful for the fact that I realized at a young age that, people will forever say what they want to say, but you got to do what you got to do. And for me, I even remember the one time we had like friends opposite who were like my age, and I'd go to their house and play with them, as kids. And then when their mother said I should stop, that she doesn't want her children to associate with me, that I was not, worthy enough to be associated with her kids.
Wow.
So yeah, those kind of things. Imagine me going to church, they walked me out of church, they felt like I looked devilish, and all of that kind of stuff. So I felt constantly judged. Every time I enter somewhere, I'll be like, hey, God, they will not throw me out now, or hope they won't find something wrong.
How did you come out of this?
Yeah, so that's my journey to discovering myself. That's why I said at the beginning, it was a long journey, but I'm happy I've gotten there, And maybe I had to go through all these things to be well defined. So for me now, I have set peace of mind as my highest goal, and I've arranged my life around it. Sometimes when things fall out of place, they may actually be falling into place.
That's it.
Honestly, and again, as I said, that I'm a story waiting to be told. I know that it's okay not to be okay. One thing I realized growing up is that you are not for everybody.
That's
Not
true.
everybody will like you.
Looking for the best real estate deal? Perfection Real Estate Group is the best option. Wondering who we are? We are a one-stop consortium that provides solutions to the problems in the real estate sector. Our vision is to empower people through real estate, while our mission is to make home ownership and participation in the real estate sector more accessible to Nigerians. We have an array of products ranging from real estate investment opportunities, where we help you save and invest in real estate, exceptional home offers, which makes it as easy as possible for you to become a home owner, land investment offers to encourage land banking towards secured future economy and generational wealth transfer, ambassadorship program, and real estate wealth academy. For more inquiries, you can visit our website on www.perfectionrealestategroup.com. You can also contact us today on any of these numbers and social media handles as displayed.
So that brought about your brand,
Yes.
and a lot of people are misunderstanding
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And they have a different idea.
Yes, a different
about
perception
you,
entirely.
Different perception
Yeah.
about you. So how do you feel when people tag you to some?
I get what you mean.
some
Okay.
Kind of.
Yes. So now I was saying this to someone earlier, my colleague in the industry, Nancy Simi. I said, I'm one of those people whose work has been undervalued and undermined.
Yeah.
Because you see, I've been in the industry for more than nearly 3 decades. I started out in 1994. I started out before the advent of the internet. You put some respect on that name, which is why I'm like at the industry's center of gravity. Everybody knows who I am, from the old school to the new, even to
That's
the,
right.
So I am in tune with everybody. Music, movies, fashion, acting, name it. You can't even say, most of the people, what do you even do, safe? You can't really pin it. But I am a media practitioner.
You're just an entertainer.
I'm everywhere, sharp. So now, of course, we have a lot of new school people, who come and say, I like what you're doing. I want to be like, and I always tell them you'll be better than me. Now, some people have this notion that the Denrele brand, maybe once I was building it, I had to grant a lot of sexual favors. Maybe I had to sleep with people in high places. That's what they believe.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
maybe I did runs, or maybe...
They think the industry is decaying, it's corrupt.
So it is. I mean, no industry is clean. A lot of young people need to realize that, you don't have to trade sex for money. If
That's
you also,
right.
because even I'm more worried about the ladies, because there are times when you're constantly harassed. It's a workplace. It's in every workplace. So, but for us, for me, who is, people look at me, I'm not your regular kind of guy. I might be slightly effeminate. They think this one is a come. Or they think, maybe I paid money somewhere, no, I collected money, illegal money, nah. So I usually tell them, so when they call me, all of these young boys who are, acting different.
Yeah.
Some of you might say, they've called me, Denrele is a cross-dresser, Denrele is this. I'm not a cross-dresser. Now, I am a media personality. I am not a social media sensation.
That's it.
Yes. I have a job in an industry. You see, because I am not very in tune with social media, I'm still trying to find my way around it. I started out before social media and the internet. And for me, when people had an issue with what I was doing, maybe they didn't understand where I was coming from. Why is this boy different? Pardon me for those who don't speak Yoruba. Why is he dressed this way? Does he have parents? What's this? Now, Nigerians, when they see what they don't understand, they will openly confront it.
That's true.
So they used to jack me on the road. They will jack me from the back. Come here, what's wrong with you? And then if I take buses, then I didn't have a car, I take public transport. Conductors and drivers will push me out. They can stop in the middle of the tunnel and be like, come down, you're crazy. Or maybe I enter a bus, I sit quietly, and then maybe passengers enter. When they see me, they will run out.
And all that didn't discourage you.
So you see, that's for me. That's what I went through at a certain age where I didn't need to. If I was going through that now, I'm stronger now. But look at then, and I had nobody to run to talk to about this. I had no mentor, I had no counselor, I had no therapist. I couldn't even talk to my parents about that because we're going through their own.
Yeah.
And I'm the first and only boy. I have younger sisters. I can't even have that conversation with them. So, because I feel like they won't get it. So, for me at that point, it was the need to succeed, the drive to make something out of myself. And because other family members had looked down on my dad so much, for somebody who came back from Hamburg, Germany, from Europe, who married this beautiful woman, and now look at them now, they're coming to come and stay with us in one room in the family house, Ombawa, Gion, family house. I needed to make it, and which is right now, that same church that used to excommunicate me, if I go to that church, you think, Beyonce has arrived, or Barack Obama, Denrele Omowa is our child. He was in the choir. We knew him that time.
Oh my God.
But that's life. That's life. So now, let me bring it back to, what you were saying, how I've been tagged with so many. Yes,
Yeah.
I've been tagged so many names, so many kinds. People have said, oh, I'm this, I'm that. They've called all the kinds of sexuals, they've attached it to my name, everything. But you see, when you excel at what you do, there has to be a loophole somewhere. People must find it. I don't have the loophole, but they have to find it. Hey, this one they do like Obiri. This one. So they would always find ways to bring you down. Now, would you let those opinions are not my reality? And as I always say, haters, HATERS, is an acronym for hating at those experiencing real success. But I don't have haters. Me, I am a friend to all and a foe to none. I don't get any. I don't
So
say
you
anything.
had a mentor or someone you were looking up to that gave you that courage to be who you are?
The only person that I knew that growing up and watching, and I was very inspired by what she was doing, was Fumi Oda, who had the talk show New Dawn on 10 on NTA Network, and then Talk with Fumi, and then New Dawn. So I was just inspired by this woman because she was very knowledgeable about everything. She would have guests on her show. You think she's known them all her life. I said, this woman I was just inspired by that. And then so many times I would go to Channel 10, NTA 10, I would beg them that I want to see her. They would never let me get close. They say she's busy.
Yeah.
So I made a promise to myself. I said, I am going to come on Fumi on that show as a guest. And then I walked towards it, and guess what? It happened. And when I went on that show, I was like the star of the show. We're good friends till date. So it's one of the things that, I was inspired by her. Another person who I met that I'd never really seen on TV until I met him was Charlie Boy. And I met Charlie Boy. Guess how I met Charlie Boy? I used to dance for his wife.
Tell us about your latest project. You have any?
Okay, so I'm currently working. This is something I've procrastinated so much about. My good Lord. I want to put a book together, and I know, something tells me that this book is going to redefine entertainment. I want to put a book that chronicles my life. I'm just giving you a tip of the iceberg. I've been through a whole lot. And I want to chronicle it in a way that it will be a source of reference and a source of inspiration to younger people. Because you see, the Denrele brand is very relatable. I've traveled far and wide though, but I am one of the most relatable people you can meet. Also very level-headed and grounded.
I can attest to that.
Yes, so let me blow my trumpet small. Let me send my markets, your Priscilla, on your program. And relatability is very key. You see, as an individual, authenticity is key. You have to be authentic. I'm original.
Right.
I did not steal from anyone. This is my original identity. Yes, I have a lot of young people that have seen what I do and they like it and they want to, take off it. I even hear a lot of them say, oh, could you relate to my mentor, and I'm very honored and flattered by it. Of course, there are still the ones that will still come and say all kinds about me. It's called clouds. I don't mind. They can always use my name to, spread clouds.
Yeah.
But definitely putting that book together to encourage, to instill, to motivate, to inspire, and above all, to share my road to consistency and my career trajectory and my journey as well, because hey, it's been a tsunamic one, but here we are, head above water, braving the odds.
When should we be expecting the book launch?
It was something I should have done for my 40th, but I got carried away with other things. So I hopefully should get it done before the end of the year or next year. But let's see how it goes, because it's something I want to throw my all into. And I want people to appreciate this work of art. It's going to be a beautiful work of art. I can see, even talking to you now has even inspired me. There are things that I want, that I know I'm going to put in it. Of course. And everything you want to know about me, you find it inside it.
Seriously.
Yes.
Can you tell us one thing you don't know about?
Okay. So a lot of people don't know I'm a bit of a disciplinarian. Because, because I might look unserious and I'm just scattered, but there's logic behind my chaos.
Okay.
So my sisters, I have 2 younger sisters. My sisters, if I enter a club and maybe the hype man is hyping my sisters are there, won't be order. They will run. They will leave that place. If I catch them, I'll just look at them when we reach out. So the way I used to deal with them, 3 a.m. when they are sleeping, I'll just wake them.
So you have different personalities.
I had to do it because somebody needed to take care of my siblings. I had to, and I had to also instill discipline. So, because I have a background in teaching, I used to be a teacher. Yes, one of my hustles. When I got out of secondary school, I took up a teaching job for a year to just save money so I could get into university and,
Yeah.
sustain myself and also contribute to the home front. My mom was even the headmistress of the schools, and I was a brilliant teacher. You know, I loved it. When I enter uni, like after 2 months come along, they just give me English education. I see this teaching, now wow, you follow me reach here. One name. But I mean, at the end of the day, I loved it. I did teaching practice. I taught in Ijesha Tedo Grammar School or Kota. I also taught in Queen's College, taught in ISL. So I had a great time. And that discipline followed me. So I said I have to bring it to the home front. I have to set my sisters right. Maybe let me say what else would I say? People don't know about me. I don't sleep. Oh, I don't drink. I don't drive. I can't drive. I don't even want to put the key.
You don't drink?
Yes, I don't. No drinking, no driving. I've never smoked before.
Wow.
The only thing I've ever tried in terms of smoking is maybe
So how
shisha.
do you get this hyper act?
Hey, I'm hyper on life, and I'm hyper on my values. I'm hyper on my story, and then when I cast my mind back on how far I've
Because I know
come.
a lot of celebs like you, they have to rely on.
No, it's fine. We can't judge them on that. That's their way of life. Yes, but then they also find it weird when they know oh fakbusha, oh moti, you know. I mean, it's not something that I'm bragging about.
Yeah.
But I'm very
It's
glad.
rare.
I'm glad that I did not get caught up in that wave, because anyone so let me tell you a little story. So I have this close friend who works with like an oil company, and I mean he, you know, started experimenting a bit. His family thought I was the one giving him drugs. So there was a time that we even went to the house and the father brought out a gun and said he would shoot me on sight. But when the father eventually found out that it wasn't even me, he did not believe it. Both parents didn't, you know. So that's also judging me with my outward appearance. And I get that a lot, you know. So I'm like, okay, well, I've been judged all my life, so well, it's not going to end anytime soon. But now, do I judge myself? When I wake up in the morning, when I look in the mirror, who do I see? Where am I at this point? And like I said before, I'm in a very good place. Me or wrong and lie anybody.
Disclose it. Let people know who you are, because a lot of people have a different idea about you.
Yeah.
Some have a different perspective about you. You know, so we need you to bring it out. Then you have new projects, you have new things you're working on. Let us know. So
Yes,
that's the aim of the show, actually.
Thank you.
And we also have a gift for you
I love
from our
gifts.
sponsor, our major sponsor, Perfection Real Estate.
Wow, I'm honored.
I know it's a token.
No, it's not a token. No. It's the thoughts that counts. First things first. It's the fact that, I mean, you waited on me to start with, and I appreciate that. Thank you for honoring me. Also, you even want to do with the gift. Let me just bring one out. I'm not bringing everything out for you people to see. So this one, now thank God that I have my hair is slicked to the back, so I can rock.
I'm jealous of your hair.
Yes, so it's lush hair. Since lush hair signed me 2 years, now I have to be carrying lush hair everywhere I go.
Oh my God.
I am a Oluwoja.
You look cute.
Thank you very much, my darling.
So Perfection honors every guest that appear on our show.
Put it here. Perfection, thank you. Ooh, I can see something else. Let me open this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure. Guess what? Now this is a beautiful key holder. And can I tell you the funny thing? We're just talking about a key holder that I needed. I needed a key holder for what again?
Your token.
Yes, So I have this token for my crazy band.
We gave you something.
Yes, you gave me something I've been looking for. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Coming.
Perfection.
Thank you.
Your market will never run down.
I'm really, really grateful. I appreciate
There's
your
more
presence
inside.
here, and I hope if we invite you some other time, you.
Priscilla, are you kidding me?
Definitely.
I brought my mattress here. I went to the fashion room. I've done back entire. Perfection and shake on. We'll come and real estate. We'll come and buy land.
Thank
And
you.
Are you getting rid of me already?
No. We have another segment of the show where a representative from our major sponsor comes to talk about investing, and there are other packages as well.
Okay.
So we are not pushing you away.
Don't worry, we're here. What's your favorite song right now? What's your ringtone? What's your what song are you vibing to? Do you like the one by Ladipo? I like the way I'm feeling now. You know that song?
I like it.
Feeling. Now, so me and Priscilla, we like the way we're feeling now.
Thank you, Denrele. I really appreciate your presence on the show.
Thank you.
And I hope you come next time.
Yes, I did.
And we're also looking forward to your book launch.
You are
Don't
there
forget
already.
to invite us.
You are there already. See. See now, give me. We have to take care of Priscilla or there.
Okay, we'll pay some bills and then we'll go on the second segment of the show. We'll be right back.
Woo!
Looking for the best real estate deal? Perfection Real Estate Group is the best option. Wondering who we are? We are a one-stop consortium that provides solutions to the problems in the real estate sector. Our vision is to empower people through real estate, while our mission is to make home ownership and participation in the real estate sector more accessible to Nigerians. We have an array of products ranging from real estate investment opportunities, where we help you save and invest in real estate, exceptional home offers, which makes it as easy as possible for you to become a home owner, land investment offers to encourage land banking towards secured future economy and generational wealth transfer, ambassadorship program, and real estate wealth academy. For more inquiries, you can visit our website on www.perfectionrealestategroup.com. You can also contact us today on any of these numbers and social media handles as displayed.
Here is another of their products, land banking. What is land banking? Have you heard of land banking before? These people, they're not just about selling land or selling houses. They also have land banking, that is how to save and get returns for your saving, investment. This is a beautiful way of tying your money somewhere and it just keeps appreciating. Just like land. When you buy a land and 5 years after, the land appreciates to some 2, 3, 5 million naira, you actually bought the land 400,000. In 5, 10 years from now, the land appreciates to like probably 7 million naira. Tell me, is that no money? It's just the same way with land banking. Now you key into a 20 square meter land with 20,000 naira. A square meter is 1,000 naira. And you're giving them money for 20 square meters of land. That is 20,000 naira. Fast forward to 5 years after. How much do you think that land will be worth? Maybe 5 years after, the land is now 20,000 naira per square meter. Remember, when you keyed into this, it was 1,000 naira for 1 square meter. And now it is 20,000 naira for 1 square meter. And when you keyed into this particular land, you keyed with just 20,000 naira for 20 square meters. Tell me, how much would you be cashing out with? That is a lot of money. Do the mathematics, man. I'm bringing in good investment plans for you. Don't joke with me. Don't joke with this episode of 101 with Priscilla. On our next episode, trust me, a representative from our major sponsor, that is Perfection Real Estate, will be here to disclose some beautiful packages they have for you and give you insight on how to invest on them. I'll come your way, same time, same station, on our next episode with a beautiful guest, a beautiful celebrity. This one, Omalicha, she's hardworking and she has promised me she'll be on our next episode of 101 with Priscilla. And until then, do have a fabulous day. Bye.